Right, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to orientation for first years in the College of Agriculture, Engineering and Science. I see our numbers are climbing rapidly, so I'm going to wait for 1 minute to let some more people join, and then we will start officially. So just give us 1 minute and we will get going. Right, good afternoon, everybody. It's now 1 minute past 2, so I think let's get going. My name is Sally Frost. I'm the Public Relations Manager in the College of Agriculture, Engineering and Science at UKZN. And we're very happy to welcome you this afternoon to our orientation session for our new first years in the college. We're having this session this afternoon in English. We'll be having the same session tomorrow afternoon in isiZulu, if you would prefer to listen in Zulu. And we'll be having another session for people who missed this on Wednesday, again in English. And then on Thursday, there is an additional compulsory orientation for engineering students. So if you are a first-year engineering student, please also join 2 o'clock Thursday afternoon. The link will be the same. What we're going to do is we get lots of questions coming in. This is quite an overwhelming experience coming to university for the first time. So we're going to try and answer your questions this afternoon. We have a Q&A facility in the middle of your screen at the bottom. Please type your questions in the Q&A, and we have panelists here who will answer them. And use the Q&A facility, not the chat, because we'll miss the questions in the chat. Okay, before we get going, I'd like to call on our Dean of Teaching and Learning in the college, Professor Naven Chetty, to say a few words of welcome. Naven, over to you.
Good afternoon, Dr. Frost. Good afternoon to everyone present this afternoon. It is indeed a pleasure to welcome you to the College of Agriculture, Engineering and Science on behalf of our Acting Deputy Vice Chancellor, Professor Fatima, myself, and the rest of our team in the college. We'd like to welcome the class of 2023 to what is the start of your amazing career and the start of an amazing journey here at UKZN. You know, we've come through 3 years of a pandemic where we've had to rewrite the history books in the way we deal with students, the way we deal with administrative processes, and the way we engage and interact with you all. It's a slightly different version from our normal contact universities registration processes. But this year, and as we've done for the past 3 years, is to welcome you in our virtual world. And I can assure you that our virtual world is equally as good as our physical campus world. And the facilities that you will get to participate in and view firsthand will be at your doorstep in a week's time when you start lectures. But as a student entering into the university, I'd like to welcome you very warmly on behalf of the College of Agriculture, Engineering and Science family, and assure you that you've made the best choice for your career and for your future. Your future starts now by making the right choice, entering into an institution that truly cares about you, and entering into a college that prides itself on providing high quality education to you as a student and training you for the future. There are many instances you'll see right now where the industries are taking huge knocks, for example, in the tech industry, in allied services, with the rise of this new AI way of doing business, which is ChatGPT and other such entities. The world is changing, and the world around you is changing rapidly. However, the education we provide you will help you overcome and overstep many such of those changes because the quality of the education you're going to receive is actually world-class. I speak from experience. I'm a former graduate of this university. I spent my entire life studying here, and then I've become a staff member. And I know that this university can do great things for you. It is up to you as a first year to embrace what we've given you, what we're going to give you in terms of your education, as well as the resources we provide to harness your potential to succeed in life. Many of you are here for the very first time representing families that have never attended higher education, and many have not graduated high school. You are amongst an elite few, top 1% of our country's matriculants who can actually enter into a higher education institution. We want to see you make the best of your journey here with us. So please pay careful attention to what is being discussed this afternoon. Find out how best you can engage with us to make your dream a reality. Like I said, your journey starts today. I want to welcome you and hope that what you learn today will help you graduate as more productive members of society so that you can write your future and harness the best of your potential. As we keep saying, we want to see you inspire greatness, but first we will inspire greatness in you. Thank you very much, Dr. Frost. Over to you.
Thanks very much, Naven, for those sterling words. Okay, before we start, I just want to encourage all of you to go visit our college orientation webpage. Now I'm going to share this with you. There we go. So this is what our webpage looks like. And it has all the information to all your questions that you could possibly have. Here's the Zoom link to join. If you go down, there's a message from our DVC, Prof. Mudar. Then here are two videos. There's an orientation video in isiZulu and there's an orientation video in English. I'm not going to play this now because the videos are about half an hour long and that's going to make this session too long. But please visit our orientation page. So it's CAES, C-A-E-S for our college, and then .ukzn.ac.za, then /orientation. And watch these videos because it will answer a lot of your questions and give you an idea of what you're going to be experiencing here at UKZN. Then if you scroll down, there's all sorts of student information. There's information for students doing agriculture or science degrees. There's information for students doing engineering degrees. There's all sorts of stuff here, support structures, academic monitoring, orientation booklet, fees, funding, how to use your timetable, how to use IT facilities, curriculum advice. It's all here. So before you email someone with a question, please look here because all the links are here. There's all the student support services, which you will hear about, campus clinics, which you will hear about, frequently asked questions. So visit this site, contact lists, campus maps to get yourself around campus, virtual tours of campus, they're all here. So please visit this website. So it's caes.ukzn.ac.za/orientation. Okay. Now we're going to go straight into some Q&A. I see there are already 64 questions in the Q&A block. So my panel, there are 30 people here on the panel. Students, you can't see them, but they're all working very hard. So panelists, please look at those questions and answer the ones in the chat, in the Q&A that you can. But for live questioning, I'm going to call on our Academic Services Manager, Tracy Govender. Tracy, if you can please turn on your mic and your camera, because before you can become a student, you have to register. And the online registration process can be quite daunting. So I'd just like Tracy, if you can just talk us through the basic process that students must follow to register online.
Good afternoon, Sally, and good afternoon, students. Welcome to UKZN. Our Dean of Teaching and Learning has already extended a very warm welcome to you, and I will reiterate that we are very pleased that you have chosen UKZN and the College of Agriculture, Engineering and Science. By now, most of you have already accepted your offers, which is why you are sitting here today at orientation. Some of you have even gone as far as registering. Congratulations. For those of you who have not registered, I'm going to take you through a few steps on the registration process just to show you how simple it is. And you can use the link that Sally Frost just showed you earlier. So you're going to go through our main UKZN webpage or the College of Agriculture webpage, and you will see our registration links there. Once you are in, I'm just going to share my screen with you. Okay, so once you are in, you're going to go to the online self-help registration post section. Step one is you're going to click on the UKZN web registration. You're going to read through the document that's presented to you, which is the rules and regulations. You will read and you will accept the document. You won't be able to proceed without accepting that particular portion. And you'll see that every step leads onto one another. So you can't move on to one process without completing prior process. So once you've read and accepted the terms and conditions, you're going to go to step 2, which is click on your address validation link, check your address details and update where necessary. Step 3, click on the contact details, check your contact details and ensure that your email and your cell number are correct. Now, many of you have used different email addresses when you were applying. You've used different mobile numbers, which could belong to your parents. We need you to actually correct those and put that through. So when we are communicating with you, we are communicating directly with you. If we are sending you SMSs, they're coming through to you and not your parents, right? Step 4, you're going to click on the new registration link. If you have multiple qualifications available to you, you will need to select the most appropriate one. So the degree that you're actually registering for. So you'll use a drop-down box, click on your degree of choice. Step 5, ensure that the qualification displayed is correct. Select your majors if required and your employment status. Then click save and continue. Once you've done that, you're going to get an option that brings up all your modules. Select your modules, keeping in mind, use your handbook. Your handbook is your Bible while you are with us at university. So you will go through the rules in your handbook, keep the rules of the groups per module that are reflecting on the system in mind. Take a note of the total credits that you need for the year and per semester. If you make a mistake, the system will generate errors. If you're breaking any rules, it will let you know. Select your timetable blocks carefully per module, ensuring that you do not select blocks for modules within the same semester that clash. When you are satisfied with your process, with your selection, you click save and continue. Or if you've done something incorrectly, you can go back, check again, and restart your process. But if everything's in order, you click and save. So once that is done, you are a registered student. You'll be directed to your proof of registration. You need to take that, print it, and when you arrive on campus, you will present that and you will get a student card at our risk management services. So registration is that simple. Should you encounter any problems while registering, there is a Seek Assistance button on that screen. You can click Seek Assistance and you'll be taken through to an academic or the college office, and somebody will be in touch with you thereafter to take you through the process. So if there's any questions, I take it that will come through on the group chats and somebody will answer your question there. But that is the registration process, very simple, very straightforward, and I wish you luck. And I hope you enjoy your years with us going forward. Thank you very much, Sally. Over to you.
Thanks very much, Tracy. If you can stop sharing your screen. And just to tell everybody, please go to our registration webpage. So you go to the college and you click on registration and the page will come up. And there is excellent information on that page. There's the process that Tracy has just been explaining to you. There is a little video that talks you through it step by step. If you play that video, you can stop when you're confused and replay it, and it will get you through the process. So please go to our registration webpage. It is very useful. Okay, I see questions are still flooding in. So panelists, please answer them in the chat. The next thing we get a lot of questions about is funding and fee clearance. So I see we have Marcia here and we have Pricilla here. Ladies, if you could please show yourselves. And I want to know, what is the process that students must follow to get fee clearance? Marcia, would you like to start? You're muted. You need to unmute yourself. There you go.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and good afternoon to our new babies, which are new students. My name is Marcia, and I'm a financial aid advisor at College of AES. Financial clearance, it's divided into two. We have NSFAS clearance, and we have also cash paying students clearance, but I will touch base on the NSFAS funded students. An NSFAS student, for her or him to get clearance, we receive a funded list from NSFAS to our manager, and it is automatic cleared. And a student thereafter reports to student fees, which will be my colleague who will speak on that after me, who lift the hold at student fees for students to be able to register. But for our new students, they shouldn't be having any hiccups because they haven't been with us. So their record is still clean. That is the list I can say for now regarding the financial clearance.
Okay, thanks very much, Marcia. Pricilla, are you here? Can you add anything to what Marcia had to say? If you can unmute yourself.
Hi.
We see you. There you go. Now we can see you.
Okay.
Yes.
Hi, everybody. I'm Pricilla Gouws, student fees. So for financial clearance, if you self-funded, the registration deposit is 4,350 Rand for tuition. And then if you're needing to be in the res, it's 3,380 Rand. That needs to be paid. The banking details, I believe, are on the system. So that is paid. You can send your proof of payment to the PMB fees campus if you're a student on PMB campus, and then likewise to the Howard fees or the Westville fees or the medical school fees. And then we clear you on proof of payment. That's if you have been accepted by your college. Is that enough?
Yeah, I think that's fine. If you can just monitor the chat. So any other fees queries, if students put them in the chat and we'll monitor them and answer them there. Thanks very much, Pricilla.
Pleasure then.
Right. Just before I go on, I'd just like to announce this is being streamed live on Facebook, UKZN Facebook and UKZN YouTube channel. So if you have friends who haven't been able to join, they can watch it there. So, and you will be able to watch this later because it's been recorded. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is student support, because we take it very seriously that we offer you the support you need to succeed in your academic career. And we have our wonderful student support manager here, Shelley Barnsley, who I would love to have as my mummy. But Shelley is going to tell you something about the student support services that we offer to you as first years. Shelley, over to you.
Thank you so much, Sally, for that warm welcome and a great welcome to all of you here. I just want to say congratulations to each and every one of you. You've worked hard, you've got here. It's lovely that you're here, and we are very, very excited to be part of your journey. So congratulations, and I do want to share a little presentation on our services with you. So I'm just going to start sharing my screen. Is that fine, Sally?
Yes, that's perfect.
Okay. Right, so we have produced a little presentation called You at UKZN, and I'm just going to talk a little bit to start with about the basic student services that there are. So there are a number of them, and so we have obviously ourselves, and we are student counselling actually, and I'm going to tell you a lot more about student counselling just now. You're going to hear about risk management or security just now. You're going to hear about the campus clinic and the campus HIV/AIDS support unit, also known as CHASU. You're going to hear about the residents, you're going to hear about student funding, you're going to hear about the academic leaders, the academic development officers, the disability unit. So all students who have a disability can register with the disability unit and get assistance with various devices and various support. And then we also have the Student Representative Council and the library. So as you can see, there are a lot of support services available for you. I'm going to focus particularly on the student counselling service, which is known as student support. And this is a very, very important service because what we understand and what we realize is that students come having to make a lot of adjustments from school to university. Often it's your first time away from home. Often it's very daunting. There are lots of distractions, some of them fun, some of them not so fun. A lot of things can go wrong. And I can see from the chat that you already have a lot of questions, a lot of concerns and so on. And this is normal, okay? But we are here to help you with your journey. And so our role as student counselling is to ensure that your personal and emotional needs are met. So we understand that very often your academic performance might be negatively affected by things that go wrong, but also that even if things don't go wrong, you might want to enhance your performance. You might want to do better. You might want to learn new skills. And we are here to help you with that. So if you are having any personal or psychological problems, please make use of our service because it is free and it is confidential. And I'll speak a little bit more about that, but it's a wonderful service available to you. So we have an excellent team of health professional, registered psychologists, student development officers and interns, as well as administrative officers. And we are based at Westville in the Oliver Tambo building, at Howard College Desmond Clarence building, and in PNB in the Frank Bush Annex. So we offer a range of excellent services. One is individual counseling and psychotherapy. So if you are struggling with any relationship difficulties, depression, anxiety, unplanned pregnancy, substance abuse, any of those, we are here to assist you. We also do academic risk assessments, so to help you to understand where you might be going wrong and how to succeed with your academics. We have a number of psychological assessments. Some people feel that they are very slow readers and writers, and we can do a number of neuropsychological assessments and other psychological assessments to see whether you might qualify for extra time in tests and exams. We are also here to help you with crisis management. So crisis is defined as any form of trauma or something that occurs to you which makes you feel very afraid and you need extra help in an emergency situation. We also do career assessments. So if you're unsure about your career, some of you will never have actually had a career assessment before, and you might want to undertake a career assessment. We do offer those. We also do a lot of group work and therapy in group settings. So we have a number of support groups. For example, we have a depression support group, we have a student mothers support group, and we have a postgraduate support group. So those are the kinds of support groups that we have. In terms of our life skills workshops, some are timetabled for the access students and some are non-timetabled and you can just join. And those life skills workshops are on a variety of topics, such as time management, study skills, career decision making, those types of things. So just to say that you have an option to choose whether you would like to undertake your therapy online or face-to-face. Both are possible. So it's up to you at the time of booking whether you want to come for an in-person consultation or whether you want to do it online via Zoom. I just have given you the contact details of our various therapists that are available with their email addresses and their phone numbers, and you can keep this on hand so that you can contact them. Here they are, the beautiful staff, the beautiful team that are here to be of service to you. So there's Renelle, there's myself, these are the Westville students, there's student councillors, there's Andile, and there's Bulawa on Westville. On Pietermaritzburg, we have Sanele and Mzamo, who are student development officers, and we have Sawela, who is our intern, and then Bulawa also works at Pietermaritzburg from Wednesday to Friday and Monday to Tuesday at Westville. On Howard College, we have Prashna and we have Mobile, who are available to help the engineering students at Howard. Our lovely administrative assistants who are there to help you with any issues that you might have, and that is Bongiwe Zondi, who is on the Pietermaritzburg campus, and Nokwanda Hadebi on the Westville campus. So there are all their details. So our consultations are done via appointment, except where it's a crisis. If it is a crisis and an emergency, then we will try to do it as quickly as possible. But all our bookings are done through appointments. And here is the booking site, which is caes-ukzn.bookum.com. You do a once-off registration, and then you can make your booking anywhere. So you can make it at any time from anywhere. Our office hours are 8 to 4:30, Monday to Fridays, but you can make your booking at any time, and you can also cancel it or change it. You'll also receive a confirmation of your booking, and also you will be required to fill in some details about yourself, including a consent form, and then you will receive a reminder about your appointment. So this is what our booking system looks like. And again, you can have the choice of choosing whether you want it online via Zoom or face-to-face, and you can choose whether you want 30 minutes or 1 hour. So that is the online booking system that you can see in front of you. We also have a toll-free line that you can call weekdays between 8 and 4:30, and the number there is 0800 800 017. Sorry. Just went too fast. We also have an email address, and there is the email address for you to send any queries that you might have, and we do our best to answer your queries as soon as possible. This is our website. We have some fantastic resources available on our website for you. So a lot of tips and so on about various ways to succeed at university, because we want you to be the best that you can be. So I urge you to have a look at our website and see what it is that we do. And if you forget any of these details that I've told you about, you can have a look there on our website. We are also on Facebook, and you will see us there, and we put a lot of very interesting posters and messages on Facebook, so please join us on Facebook. We are also on Instagram, and you can join us there. Right, so does it cost anything to see a student counsellor? No. As I said, all our services are free of charge, which includes assessments, and this is wonderful because it's actually very expensive usually to get psychologists to help you. So please make use of this. Can you choose who you want to see? Yes, you can. However, if you contract for psychotherapy, you should try and stick with the same person and not change. There are isiZulu speaking counsellors, so if you would prefer to consult someone in your mother tongue, in isiZulu, you're welcome to do so. And can you consult more than once? Yes, you can consult whenever you need assistance. How safe is your information? Well, counselling is defined by strict confidentiality. That means we are not going to disclose the information that you tell us to your parents or to your lecturers or any other staff members or to your friends. So you can rest assured that your information is safe with us. The next question, can I consult if I'm worried by seemingly small things? Yes, you can consult for anything that is affecting you, and you can even feel free to consult if you just want to improve things, and maybe there's nothing actually worrying you, but you want someone to talk to, or you want things to be better. Are your parents allowed to know what is discussed? No, they aren't. And are you compelled to come for counselling? Well, staff may recommend it, and we highly recommend it, but counselling is voluntary. Just to say, one of the things that stops people from seeking help is that they are concerned that there's shame, that there's a stigma attached to coming for counselling. And I'm here to tell you that we are not here to judge, and we are here to make things as smooth as possible for you. And if there is something worrying you, please come and seek help. Please don't suffer in silence. And we are here for you. We want you to succeed. We want you to be the best you can. And we want you to actually make use of the service. And what we often find is that students who don't actually seek help timeously are the ones that end up not doing so well. So please, make it a priority that you find the time to come and see us. It's easy, and you'll find that we are lovely and warm and very loving and non-judgmental. That's it from me, and I so look forward to seeing you again in the future, and thank you for your time.
Thanks very much, Shelley, for that. And just to reiterate what Shelley said, if you didn't get all those details, please visit the website, the college site, which will take you to the student support site or to the orientation site. Our IT person did say the web is quite slow at the moment because there is just so much traffic with everyone registering. So please be patient and try again. Maybe don't go on peak time, and you will be able to get onto the web. Okay. Questions still coming in. Just to remind you, ask questions in the Q&A rather than the chat, because the panelists are monitoring the Q&A button. And panelists, please answer as much as you can in the Q&A. I see there's a lot of questions. A lot of them are repeats. So monitor answers as well, students, to see if your question is answered. Okay, Shelley spoke about student support services. So I think let's hear from one of our past students to tell us what it's like to be a UKZN student. How is varsity life different from school? What are some tips for success? And I'm going to hand over to Ntokozo Dladla, who was a student on the Maritzburg campus. Ntokozo, tell us about your experience.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Sally, for the opportunity. Well, it seems like a dream now. However, I was once a first-year student at the University of KwaZulu-Natal, and my experience was great for the most part. But I did experience a bit of culture shock because I came from a school in the township. So when I got to university, I didn't know what to expect because I had never attended any university trips to sort of choose a university. I already knew that I was going to go to UKZN. So that's where I went as soon as I got accepted after receiving my matric results. I would say the style of learning is definitely different. So you have to prepare yourself as a student coming into the first year that you're gonna have to try and assert yourself, because it's not so much of what the lecturer gives you, but it's what you do after the lectures. So it's very important that you must know that the lecturer has a very little to do. They are there to help. However, most of the work will come from you. So that's one. Another thing that I found difficult was that some of the things you get into class and you're told, oh, you should know this from your grade 11, or you should have done this in grade 9. And you don't know what to do because you find that you didn't actually cover that. So that's why I say most of the the style of learning in university is very different from high school. However, it does come with the freedom of you now have the freedom to learn at your own pace. You don't have to be in class the whole day. However, because you are in the College of Agriculture, Engineering and Science, you must know that we have less free time compared to other colleges. Most of our lectures start from 7:45 up until 5, you're in the lab. So prepare for that mentally. You're gonna have to assert yourself. I'd say tips that I would give to a first year starting out: please make sure you attend all your lectures and you know what is expected of you for each module, because some modules, they say 80% attendance, some say 90%, some say 100%. So you must know what is expected of you so that you don't find yourself not having to be able to write your exam. Also, please use your student support services. They help you a lot, especially even if you have a struggle with food or a mental issue or an issue at home, finding friends, they'll help you. Also, use the students' academic services. So the robot system, we have a robot system at UKZN. You must know whether you are on the green, yellow, orange. You don't want to find out what the other colors are. Just stick to green. Stay on green to save yourself the hassle so that you can finish your degree on time. And lastly, the last tip I would give you as a student coming in, you must know at the end of the day, after graduation, where are you gonna go? Now, in order for you to know and plan for that ahead, please find out where the graduates recruitment officer is for our college. Find out who they are, get to know them, talk to them so that you can start now to know if there are any boards that you need to be a part of, so you can start getting your experience now. By the end of your degree, after 3 or 4 years, you will have your 4 years experience, so that it's easier for you after graduation and you don't have the problem of sitting at home, because that was one of my biggest problems after graduating, thinking where to now. So don't be like me. Start now, stay on the green, know where your support systems are, keep those close, and in order to balance yourself out, know at the end of the degree where you're intending to go. But more than anything, please enjoy the journey. The student life it can be nice. So make sure you know who your mentor is for the first year experience program, which will be a part of this program. Thank you very much, Sally.
Thanks very much, Ntokozo. So Ntokozo has been with us right from first year, and she's got a master's degree in crop science. So she has lots of experience and wise words to share with you. Right. As a student, you're going to spend a lot of your time in the library. So I think we've got Shorba Harkhu. Shorba, are you here? If you can unmute yourself and show yourself. And just share with our students what the library has to offer and how they can use these services.
Hi, Sally, good afternoon. Thank you for inviting the library to the CAES Orientation. And good afternoon and welcome, dear students. I would just like to add one more tip. Please use the library because it will mean success in your studies. So I am Shorba Harkhu. I am the subject librarian and I'm based at the Life Sciences Library in Pietermaritzburg. So firstly, I just want to tell you that we have physical libraries on all the campuses. Your student card is also your library card, and it also allows you access to the library. Library facilities are available to all registered staff and students. And remember, the library has a code of conduct applicable to all users. Libraries are normally open 24/7. At the moment, they are open from 8 till 4:30. But when varsity starts, it will be open for 24 hours. So what facilities and services are available in the libraries? We have print and online books, theses, and journals. We also have online databases. These are used mainly for searching journal articles or scholarly articles. We also have an academic or a course reserve section where books are placed in high demand. So if your lecturer thinks that there are certain textbooks that are going to be used a lot, then he will place it in this section for you to use. We also have study areas with plug points for laptops and cell phones. We also have computers for searching library resources. In order to use the computer facilities, you need to have a UKZN LAN login and password. You can also bring your laptop to the library, and the Wi-Fi is free. So how do you borrow books? You need your student card, obviously, and you can take out print books, journals, and print theses. The time and the number, at least the number and time period, varies according to a year of study. So if you're a first year, then you're allowed 6 books for a period of 14 days. And if you're a master's or PhD student, then you can take out 20 books for a period of 40 days, and you can renew your material online at least 3 times. So in order to do this, you have to create a My Library account, and you can view what you have taken out, and you can also renew your items online. And if you're not sure of how to do it, then please come to the library and we'll show you how to do it, right? So we have a library website, and the library website is as an important tool for identifying and locating all the print and online resources available throughout UKZN. It also provides general information about the library, the services we offer. It has a link to the library blog. It gives you the staff contact details and much more. We also have something called LibGuides, and these are subject guides that are important for your subject. So, please make sure that you have a look at it, because it gives you details about the library resources in a nutshell. We also have something called the iCatalog, and this indicates the location and availability of print resources across all the libraries, as well as links to online books, journals, and articles subscribed to by the library. So we have a circulation or an issue desk in every library. Here you can borrow and return books. This is where your academic reserve material is kept. And this is where you can just ask your basic questions, okay? And if you need to request a book or a journal article from another campus or university, then you can do it here. We also have a team of subject librarians in every library to assist you. They provide formal training as well as one-on-one help. And each subject librarian deals with a range of subjects. So please visit your library and get familiar with your subject librarian. The library offers training in the use of the catalog and the databases throughout the year. And training in the first term lasts for several weeks and focuses on helping new students. Classes are advertised on the university notice system, at lectures, the library entrances, and the university's Facebook page. So please attend these sessions, and please use the library. Thank you very much, Sally.
Right, thank you, Shorba. Yeah, library is where you live as a student. I remember my student days, and they're always very helpful. Okay, I'm sure you are slightly concerned about safety on campus. You all want to be able to have peace of mind and focus on your studies. So I've asked Trevor Abrahams, who is our safety guru on the Maritzburg campus, please just to give us some tips on or advice on how to stay safe on campus. Trevor, what would you suggest?
Thank you, Sally. Good afternoon, students. Welcome to the University of KwaZulu-Natal. Sorry, I just put my camera off there by mistake. Okay, risk management services is in the University of KwaZulu-Natal, assigned to try and keep you guys safe whilst you're on campus. We take quite pride in what we do. We try to assist you. I just want to give you a little bit of a background on our department. We have a 24-hour security control room, meaning 24 hours a day you can contact us. And if you look at the back of your, once you've got your student cards, at the back of your student cards, all the information for all the campus emergency numbers. Use those numbers. We have the security officers who are strategically placed in and around the campus.
Trevor, you're muted.
Sorry, Trevor, you muted.
Sorry.
Can you unmute yourself? There we go.
I've got a gremlin here in my computer today. Sorry about that. Yeah, so we've got I'm not sure where I stopped, but in any case, we've got CCTV surveillance room and cameras strategically placed around campus, whereby we monitor vulnerable areas. We also have a crime prevention unit, a team of crime prevention officers that patrol in and around the campus, around the perimeters of the campus, the student reses, and also on the out or off campus residences. There's also supervisors that monitor the staff and make sure that they're doing their jobs properly. So you've got all these members that could assist you anytime. And not forgetting, even if you just want to ask something, you can phone the control room and just get some assistance in terms of where you cannot go to in the evenings. What I want to just simply say to you, without going into too much detail, is look after yourselves. Although we are here and we want to make it safe and conducive for you to learn, at the end of the day, I want to emphasize this, that you are responsible for your well-being and your valuables. So what do I mean by that? What I'm saying there is that when I say you responsible for yourself, what you must, although RMS is there to assist and make sure you're safe in and around the campus, you need to understand that you cannot go to certain places off campus that was vulnerable and that you could get mugged or injured, especially walking late at night with your cell phones and your valuables. So keep your valuables away when you're going to the shopping centers, lock it in your rooms. Don't go with it, because this is what's happening. Students are using their cell phones while they are walking towards the supermarkets, carrying heavy bags, and the cell phone is sticking out. You're bound to get mugged. So we want you to do that, to look after your stuff. Don't go with your laptops. Walk with a crowd at night. Rather, if you are walking from point A to B from a lecture room, rather join a group and walk with a group than walking yourself. You're more vulnerable. Don't walk in dark places. I just want to touch on alcohol abuse and drug abuse that's happening as well. You don't do these things, because what is happening, the students are getting having alcohol and can't actually manage themselves, and then walking in the road, and this when they get mugged, and lots of other things could happen to you. So I'm saying these things here, it's a very sensitive matter, and I just want you guys, I don't want to make you scared as well. So basically what I'm saying to you is that look after yourself. We are there. Come to us, whatever needs that you have. If you are in the library late at night as well, you phone the RMS number. We would come and take you from point A to B as well. But I just want you to make sure that this is not by vehicle, and it's just in and around the campus where you'll be chaperoned from point A to B. What else? I can actually go on, and I just But what I basically want to say to you is that if you do not keep yourself safe by following these simple rules of, if you're in a residence and you're going to the toilet, lock your door. Because I can guarantee you, if you don't lock your door, sometimes you come back, your laptop is gone, your valuables is gone. So wherever you're going to the library, don't leave your valuables open in a room, lock it up. Don't carry your valuables late at night. You'd rather keep it away. If you have to carry your cell phone, which are for emergencies, please keep it away. Talking about emergencies, we've got the UKZN app that you can log on to as well. Download the app. That's an emergency panic button. What happens there if you're in an emergency? You press that button, it comes through to RMS. RMS within the system will generate a message within a couple of seconds telling you they've acknowledged your emergency. Within 1 to 2 minutes, an officer will phone you to find out what your emergency is. And they will come out there and assist you with your emergency. If your cell phone is taken after you press that button, we do have the tracking system that would track your location. For firstly, we're worried about life. So we come to you, not the phone, come and see where the button was pressed so that we can see that you are safe. So we try and we do all things to keep you safe. I'm just going to leave it there for now. If there's any questions, I'll also answer that. But just before I go, sorry, the ID card, your ID card that is given to you, please do not swipe other people in with that ID card. Do not lend it out to anybody else, because let me tell you, if you give it to a friend and he goes and commits a crime with it, he gets into an area and steals something, we're coming for you because it was your card that was used. We can actually track the card and to come back to you. So look after these things. The card belongs to you and nobody else. Keep it for yourself and use it for yourself only. Thank you, Sally.
Thanks very much, Trevor. And I've just noticed quite a few questions about student cards. You get your student card once you're registered and been invited onto campus. And then you go to the student card issue office and you'll get an email telling you to do this. In Maritzburg, it's by the main entrance. Westfield, it's in the student center. Howard, it's in Shepstone. But you will get an email. So don't panic about your student cards. Right. University is not only about studying, it's also about having a balanced life. And there's some of you who enjoy your sports. So I have got Zilungile is here, who works for the sports department, just to talk a bit about what sport options are available to our students. Zilungile, can you unmute yourself?
Good day, Sally, and thank you so much. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
I am. Thank you so much. I'll share my screen. Okay. Basically, we are the sports department at the University of KwaZulu-Natal, and we would like to welcome all the first entry students at the University of KwaZulu-Natal. We are based at all campuses at UKZN, that is Edgewood, Howard College Medical School, Westfield campus, and the Peter Maritzburg campus. And we have staff members that are employed to assist students when it comes to sport. Our manager is Mark Bashe, and we've got two HODs. Mr. Gane is looking after the Durban campuses, and we've got Ms. Chetty who's looking after the Peter Maritzburg campuses. And we also have various sports officers that are assisting and working with students to ensuring that they participate in their sporting activities. We also have facility attendants that are attending to all our facilities. They will be able to assist you with all your queries or whatever you need at our facilities. We also have where you find us at the Westfield campus, we are located at the Sports Center. Those are the contact numbers if you need to contact one of us at the Westfield campus. And for those who are at closer to Edgewood campus, we are also there at the September Hall at Edgewood campus, at Howard College at the Student Union building, and at the sports, PMP Sports, we are housed at Golf Road campus. And our contact numbers are on the screen if you need to contact and find out more of any of our activities that we are engaged on. Here are some of our facilities. We've got pool facilities that are accessible to all registered students. You do not pay, they are for free, but they are open at particular times. So you need to check the times where the pools are available. You do not just go anytime. We need to have the lifeguards available for you to assist you at any time you go to the pool. So must look out for the times. We do have gym facilities. We do have sports facilities. We also have the indoor sports centers at Westfield and Howard College. We have tennis courts. We have squash courts that are available for you to use. You just need to register and ensure that you do have your sports card with you at all times when you need to use one of our facilities. Okay, the codes that we offer at UKZN, aerobics. We do offer aerobics at a social and also at a competitive level. If you need to compete and you're one of the sports fanatics, fitness fanatics, you can join our aerobics. It's categorized into 3. It's high-low, box, and also step. We have athletics, road and short distance, basketball, cricket, chess, dance, netball, squash, table tennis, volleyball, bodybuilding, football, karate, badminton, rugby, hockey, and water sports. When you talk of water sports, we're talking of canoe, we're talking of rowing, we're talking of sailing. So one of those codes, if you are keen, you are able to join, and we do have coaches that are employed to assist, either if you're a beginner or you are a competitive athlete. So our coaches are able to assist you. You just need to be in touch with the core executive members and ensure that you've got the training times, and then the coaches will be there to assist you. And then we have our social clubs, squash. It's a social club for students. Swimming, we do offer swimming lessons, and we encourage all students to ensure that you engaged and you participate in these swimming lessons. This is a lifetime skill that you need to have with you. So it's free for you, and so the swimming pools are also free for you to use. And then we have residence leagues for netball, for soccer. These are social, and whatever residence that you are in, ensure that you partake in the residence leagues, and then by joining those leagues, you are able to meet friends, you are able to de-stress from your stressful life of being a student, and you've got lectures that are chasing you up and down for the submissions. So to de-stress, we need to attend the residence leagues, even if you are not participating, but just be there as a fan and have fun. Okay. And then why should I become a member of a UKZN sports family? It's because we are competing both recreational, and also we are competing at a higher level as the university. We provide a perfect opportunity for you as a sports person. It opens doors for you. We've got our students who are also competing at Student World Games. They compete at African level, they compete at an international level. So for you as a student at UKZN, make use of these opportunities, and we support you even financially to ensure that you do participate and you do represent us at whatever level that you are qualified to represent us on. And then also we have coaches, expert coaches that are highly qualified to assist you with the knowledge and scientific support for your sport code. We also have all our playing facilities. They are available for you to ensure that you improve your physical health and well-being. So make use of it and have fun, please. It's easy to become a member of UKZN Sports. You go to one of our facilities, in fact, one of our administration offices, and you produce your valid student card, because as a student at UKZN, the fees are reduced for you to participate in our sporting activities. Make sure that you fill in a membership card of the sport of your choice, and then there will be a sports card that will be made for you. Either you bring your own ID size photo, or we print from your student card, because we do have access in the system, in the SMS system. We can print in your card from your student card, and then you're good to go. At all times, when you're using our facilities, you can produce your sports card. So I'd like to welcome all of you to our UKZN Sports family. As you can see on the pictures, those are our students that are competing at all levels and having fun. We do have upcoming activities that you can look up to. On the 23rd of February, we are playing UKZN, and we are playing a TV game for the Varsity Shield competition, and we're looking forward to see you there. Those are our university mascots. So look up for those mascots. They'll be doing activations on the different campuses, and we're looking forward to see you at our games. Thank you so much.
Thanks very much, Zilungile. And I would strongly recommend do some sport, because varsity is all about having a balance. Work hard and enjoy your relaxation as well. Okay, the next issue we get quite a few questions about is the whole IT side of things. So we've got Lungi here to talk about the ICS services that we offer our students. And especially, Lungi, if you can cover how to set up an email account and how does the UKZN free data work? Because I've seen lots of questions on that. Lungi, are you here?
Yes, I am here, Sally. Thank you so much. I'm just wanting to share my screen quickly. Right, there you go. You should be seeing it now.
Yeah, you just need to make it big.
Yeah, I'll do, and then we can begin. All right, hi everyone. My name is Zilungile. I come from the ICS division. ICS stands for Information and Communication Services. We look after almost everything IT on campus, across all 5 campuses. We have a presence on all campuses. So if you need assistance with IT, you'll definitely be able to find it somewhere on the campus that you are booked on. So for student IT assistants, these are the main places to go. Firstly, there is an email address for student IT queries. It's itstudenthelp@ukzn.ac.za. If you have queries with regards to data, you email data@ukzn.ac.za. Please always, when emailing, give all the information. A nice greeting, good morning, good day. My name is, my student number is, this is my problem. Okay, an email with like password as the subject and nobody, it's very difficult to assist someone who has that kind of query. For calls, there is a call center line that's open. That is the number that you call, and then you follow the student queue. You will note it will say for press 1 for this, press 2 for that, make a note of what you need to press so you can be transported or sent through to the student IT assistants. Then, as mentioned before, there is the email address that you can contact. There's the call center, and then we have walk-in centers on all campuses. So at the walk-in center, what you do is you come in. If you have a problem, you can't connect to Wi-Fi, your laptop is giving you a problem, whatever the case may be, then we'll take a look at that. If it's a private laptop, there are very limited things we can do in order, especially not to invalidate your warranty. So please be aware that for people or students with private laptops, so i.e. all those that don't have NSFAS laptops, there are very few things that we can assist you with. We will most probably only be able to assist you with an operating system, so that's like Windows, and we will only be able to install Office for you. All right. The walk-in centers are open from 8 till 4:30. So please be aware of that also when requesting assistance, and you need to bring some form of identification. It is important to make sure that you at the very least have your student card. There are some things we cannot assist with, like changing a password if you don't have any form of identification. Another thing also, we do not allow people to bring things in for other people. So if my friend Zilungile needs help with a laptop, she will need to bring it in, because we're running away from an issue where Zilungile now comes back 3 months later saying this wasn't how it was brought in, and we have no way of making to ascertain whether that's true or not. So if you need assistance, you need to come in yourself. Then also there is Msizi chatbot, and I will show you Msizi just now on the screen. That is a chatbot that is manned by agents. As we speak, they are there during the offline period, so that's outside of business hours. The frequently asked question guides are there, but you will still need to go through and find them. So you'll type in a question to try and get assistance with whatever it is you need assistance with. But during business hours, so that's 8 until 4:30, there are agents that are manning the chatbot to answer your questions live. All right, so that's just about us and the services we offer. We assist you with all your IT-related queries, but to a degree. So for example, if you can't register and it's giving you a credit issue, your first port of call is your college, all right? But if you can't even get into the system, for whatever reason, that's when you come to us. Your initial password, I've seen a lot of questions in the Q&A regarding this. So as a first-year student, this is your default password. It's capital letter S, small t, small u, @ and then the DD, MM, and the 4 Ys are your date of birth. So for example, like myself, I'm born on the 6th of October, 1981. So my birthday will be, so my password will be STU @ 06/10/1981. So whatever your birth date is, that is what you substitute there. Now, this is a temporary default password. There are very many resources you will not be able to access if you have not changed this password, right? Make sure that you change this password, then give it about a few hours. So let's just say 4 hours, and everything of yours will have been provisioned. I have seen some questions also on email. Your email is provisioned the day after you register. So if I register today, I can try and access my email tomorrow. Okay. Then there's also, all right, so that is it for the password. Your password is your password for everything: Wi-Fi, email, Student Central. Once you have registered and you've changed this default password, that is the password you'll now use to access all your other resources. Right. Very important thing. And if you hear nothing in this whole session from myself in the short period, hear this. This is the learning management system. We call it Learn 2023. Sometimes we call it Moodle. So it's interchangeable. Don't be confused, right? Learn 2023 is the university's learning management system. That is where you are going to go and log in with the same details I just spoke about. Sorry about that. That's where you're going to go and log in with the same details I just spoke about and access your modules. So let's say you're registered for 5 modules. It will happen that perhaps today you'll only see 1, by Friday you'll see 2, by Monday you'll see 4, and then Tuesday 5. The availability of your modules is completely dependent on your lecturer. They know when they want to release the modules and make them available to you. So make sure that you check Learn 2023 all the time. This is not a once a month type of thing. This is a login to Learn 2023 once a day to check if anything new has come up. Are there any announcements for your attention that you are required to make a note of? But that's what the screen looks like. You'll see at the top right-hand corner, it's got username and password. You'll log in with that same password combination that I spoke about earlier, and then you'll be able to access all of your modules, right? If, let's just say, for example, it gets past next week, Tuesday, and there's still some modules missing, the first thing you need to do is go and check your proof of registration and make sure you are registered for those modules. If the module appears on your proof of registration, your next step is to check with those. I can see you're busy forming WhatsApp groups, so check with others doing the same module whether they have access. If you all do not have access, that means, and you all have it registered, that means that your lecturer has not made it available to you. You are more than welcome to email us and to double check and triple check, because this is your life we're speaking about. However, please make the time to check that if you can't access a module, that you are registered for it. If you're not registered for a module, there is no way you're going to have access to that module. And we at ICS cannot register you manually or temporarily. That all is in the hands of your lecturer. All right. I'm just going to escape this because I'd like to let me just stop the share quickly. I would like to just share my screen now and show you the actual page. All right, just give me a second. Sally, I can't share anymore. I'm not sure why.
Okay, let me check for you. Just keep chatting and let me check.
I've got it. It's back now. Thank you. So again, I'm showing you the screen so that you can see exactly I've logged in. As you can see, my name is there, right? You can also confirm that you are successfully logged in by seeing your name there. Your name will be there with a student number also on the side. And then here is your Msizi chatbots. This is what I wanted to show you. Msizi chatbots, you can click on that link, and then there are a whole lot of different business units that you can ask assistance with. So just for testing purposes, I'm going to click ICS Student Computing. You can ask, you can say, what is my default password? Let me just put a space there and I press enter. Just going to click no here, and you'll see after I pressed enter, Msizi will try and find something, right, that has to do with that. I can click on that and read this, and this is why I'm showing you this, so that or those of you who didn't catch the default password, you know where to go and find the information. All right. You also have an option to chat with an agent. If this, I'm just going to say no. You have there you have the option to ask another agent, you can or ask another question, sorry, you can speak to an agent, or you can go back to the main menu. So please do interact with Msizi chatbots. We call them Msizi or the chatbots, but it's a very helpful tool at the university at the moment. Then the last thing I'd like to show you is where you access your courses. Once you have logged in here, you go to My Courses, and then you can access your courses. I just put my cursor over the name or the word My Courses, the words My Courses, and then you'll get a list of your courses. You won't have hidden courses. You'll just have whatever's available to you. You'll click on what it is, and then you'll see a whole lot of things that are available to you. You'll by default have an announcements page, so always check that announcements link, and also check your email all the time. Any announcements that are made are sent to your email. It's a good idea to download, if it's possible, the Outlook app. Once you've logged in and registered, please download the Outlook app onto your phone, set it up so that you can have access to your emails at the touch of a button, and you don't have to go and find a LAN. The last thing I wanted to just say is, somebody asked earlier, what is a LAN? A LAN is basically a room with computers, so let's say about 30 or so computers that students can use to go and do research, to go and access information, a lot of things that you can do at the LAN. There are rules attached to the LAN, but any student who has a valid registration and you don't have your own laptop, you go to a LAN on campus. That, of course, you will need an invite to come back to campus, but I'm sure all that will be covered a bit later. Thank you so much, Sally, and that's it for me.
Thanks very much, Lungi. That was extremely useful. Just to say to everyone, there's an awful lot of information coming your way. If you're not getting it all, don't panic, because this session has been recorded and it will be placed on the orientation website with helpful little chapter headings, so you can go back and look at what you want, or you can come back for tomorrow's Zulu session or Wednesday's English session. Okay, you might find while you're on campus that you get sick and you feel ill. What do you do? So we have someone from the campus clinics here. That's Sister Gugu Zondi. Sister, if you can unmute yourself and show yourself. And just tell us a little bit about what services UKZN's campus clinics offer. How do you use them? Are they free? Tell us what we offer. Over to you.
Thank you, Sally.
Okay, we can
Good
see
afternoon,
you.
everyone. Sally, I'm just gonna mute. I'm just gonna unvideo myself for a bit, if that's okay.
Yes, that's fine.
All right. Yeah. First of all, thank you. Thank you for having us. And I just want to welcome the first year new students. And just a little bit about the clinic. We do have 5 clinics which are in all campuses. That is your Edgewood campus, the Pietermaritzburg campus, we've got one, Westville Medical School, as well as Howard. The campuses are run on an 8 to 4 basis, although consultation may stop at 3 so that we finish the rest of the students. We operate purely on a primary healthcare basis, which means we manage and treat minor ailments as well as your first level. It's a first level type interaction or with the patient, rather than a hospital type, you know, as you would have it in your government or public or private clinics. So we do cover a lot of conditions. If you go per respiratory system, your GIT, you know, right up to your sexually transmitted infections, and as well as managing or treatment of HIV conditions. We also do manage your acute problems, which is maybe emergency or medical emergencies. For example, someone who sprained their ankle, whether it was sports related or at home or within the campus, it doesn't matter. So we would do those kinds of cases. But also, just to add, while I'm on emergencies, UKZN has established quite a good facility for all our students, which is your emergency medical service, ambulance service. This is free as well, and it caters and supports all students in all campuses, so that if, for example, something happens and you need immediate transportation to a hospital, whether it's a private hospital or a government hospital, the ambulance will come to your residential area or to the campus if it happens on campus, and we will ensure that it takes you to the hospital or the nearest hospital. So that service is there as well. If you look in your student cards at the back, we do use the number for RMS, especially for Pietermaritzburg, your 5211, so your 5211 number, sorry. And they will then need to confirm that you are a student, and then they will dispatch the ambulance to you. Whether it's day or it's at night, guys, just please make sure that you remember the number for
Sister, you've muted yourself.
Also, we also have professionally, we do have trained professional nurses stationed on each campus. They're there on a day-to-day, Monday to Friday. Fortunately, we don't have an after-hours service, which is why I wanted to really reiterate the point about at least the paramedic service being available. We do have doctors. They're not there on a Monday to Friday. They're sessional or locum doctors, which means once you see the nurse, if need be, she will refer you to our doctor and will book an appointment with the doctor. They vary the consultation times between the various clinics. So, for example, for Maritzburg, the doctor will be there every Tuesday, every Thursday for 2 hours, 8 to 10, both days. So we will make sure that you are on the slot so that the doctor sees you. Very helpful, especially for issues where you need a medical certificate, or if, for example, you need a documentation completed, like your J88 if you are in an incident, or if you are a student wanting to apply for a disability grant and they need to do things and support that, they do. And also just for other medical conditions that are maybe chronic, and we've had students who were asthmatic and they didn't have scripts, or you have medication that's pretty chronic and you don't have access to your medication at home. The doctor's there to assist. For sports, if you need to have a fitness certificate before a match and things like that, the doctors are also available to do that. We are working very closely with the CHASU, which Sally mentioned, which is the campus HIV and AIDS department. The reason we work together is because they have counselors and health promoters on all campuses, purely dealing with HIV and AIDS and other higher health issues, which are family planning, which are, awarenesses around family planning, awareness around supporting students in terms of peer education, or maybe even food security, because it's quite new, but it's there, where they issue some food parcels for students that are in need, sanitary towels for students that are in need. So the counselors, some of them, or a minimum of one is based on each of our clinics. So if a student comes in to do an HIV test, which is voluntary and very confidential, they would first see the counselor. Then if a person needs to maybe have a second test or start treatment, then we have the sisters that will immediately initiate. At the moment, there's a referral system for the Durban side clinics for antiretrovirals. But in Pietermaritzburg, you get it same time, same day, while you're there. There's many other services around HIV management, which I think is quite ideal for young students, and you guys coming on early before certain mistakes happen, come through. There's your PrEP, which is a prevention tablet so that you can prevent contracting HIV, which you take on a daily basis. PrEP is free, PrEP is available. There's also instances of assault and certain sensitive cases that where we give a PEP, which is a post-exposure prophylaxis. For example, if something happened or there was an assault sexually, then you take it within 72 hours so that you prevent exposure. That's available. And of course, condoms freely available and distributed in the clinic and within RES. So if you need more info, because I don't think CHAS is here, if they are, then I do apologize for saying a lot on their behalf, but we are a team that's working together. And yes, I think that's it. Rather come in and find out than stay away when you have problems, because we want to know who's epileptic. We want to know who is got this condition so that we can assist rather than wait until an incident happens. Thank you.
Thanks very much, sister. Yes, so please make use of the campus clinics if you need to. They're there to help. Okay, we're going to move on to the final section of our program, which is very important because this is specifically oriented towards your academic success. And ultimately, that's why you are here at university. You want to get a degree. So I'm going to ask Dr. Dalia Varghese to speak, Dalia, about academic monitoring and support that is available for students. Over to you, Dalia.
Thank you, Sally, and good afternoon to all of you. My name is Dalia Varghese, and I'm one of the Principal Academic Development Officers in the College of AES on Westville campus. I'm aware that you have been bombarded with a lot of information, so I'll try to keep my talk very short. Let me share my screen. I hope you don't mind if I put my video off. All right, so the academic monitoring and support, it actually stems from the academic monitoring policy of UKZN, and it emphasizes student retention and increase in the throughput using a wide variety of academic development programs. So the main aim is to identify the underperforming students timeously and to provide interventions in time so that the students can complete their degree in the minimum possible time. So based on this, we have this robot system. You will come into this, or you will get to know more about this as you progress in your studies from semester to semester. So this is more like a color coding system based on your academic performance. This is commonly referred to as a robot system. Now, this is in no way to stigmatize a student, but for the students to realize where they stand based on their academic performance. So a student who is on maybe outstanding academic performance, they are coded as blue. If a student is coded green, they are said to be on good academic standing. And once they drop down in their academic performance, they are coded orange. And that is a time when you need to catch a wake-up call and see what is going on wrong with your studies. And this is also the time when students are encouraged to utilize the available academic support programs. Now, if a student continues to fail or repeatedly fails, that is when the students are coded as red. However, the student is still given a chance to catch up with their academic performance. And if everything fails, that is when a student can be excluded from the university. Now, academic monitoring starts from the time assessment marks are available. And we believe that if your struggle or if your struggling student is identified right at the beginning of the semester, it is easier to provide suitable interventions rather than waiting for the end of the semester. Now, that said, at the end of the semester, the academic monitoring policy is applied as per the flowchart I'm showing here now. Although this looks a little bit complicated, this will be explained in detail to you during various workshops which is conducted every semester by the academic development officers. So this will help the academic advisors to modify your curriculum in such a way that you're not overloaded in case you're not performing well academically. But all of you as first-time entry students, when you start your degree, you're considered to be in good academic standing. And based on your academic performance in the first semester, your color coding will be decided and suitable interventions will be put in place if it is required. Now, coming to the academic support programs, it's usually referred to as the AMS programs. In short, it is run in all the 5 schools in the college. In the schools, it is directed by the academic leader for teaching and learning in the school and supervised by ADOs or academic development officers in the college. So we have academic development officers in each campus. You will hear about this word very frequently. We are usually referred to as the ADOs. We are specific to campuses. So we have an ADO on Harvard College, specifically helping with the School of Engineering. We have 2 ADOs on Pietermaritzburg campus, and we have 2 ADOs on the Westville campus. Now, I know that university life in the beginning is a big adjustment. There's long hours of studies and practicals, and especially with the continuous assessments. I know that it can be a bit overwhelming, but we have all this academic support for you. So if you use this academic support well, I'm sure you will not face any issues. Now, let me just tell you a little bit about the academic support programs we have. The most important, I would say, the flagship program or academic support program that we offer is a supplemental instruction. Now, it is a non-remedial approach, which means it is not for the students who are poorly performing. It is for all the students at all levels of academic performance. These are student-led peer study sessions, more like a group session, which focuses on developing the skill to integrate what to learn with how to learn. And these sessions are facilitated by trained senior students who are referred to as the SI leaders. Now, who can attend these SI sessions? It is open to all the registered students in the module. It's free of charge, and anybody from the module can attend the session. So during these sessions, there will be peer collaborative learning, and you learn to compare notes, and it will help you to develop study skills, which can be used in the other modules as well. Another academic support which we offer is the hot seats. We have hot seats for selected modules. These are more like drop-in facilities where your senior students will assist you. You can go to the rooms where hot seat tutors are there, and they will assist you one-on-one with your studies. We also have writing plays. Now, this is more for students from the earlier stream where you have to submit reports, write essays, etc. And senior students will be there to help you because academic writing is totally different from social writing. So you need to have those skills, and this is where you can develop those skills, that is a writing place. Now, we also have many other academic support structures like residence tutorials, which is usually offered late in the evenings. We have academic advising with the ADOs, regular academic advising, peer mentorship. Now, many of you will be aware of that. Some of the peer mentors would have already contacted you, and we organize frequent workshops on different aspects which will help you with your studies. Now, I would like to give a few tips that can help you sail through your first year. Normally on the internet, you will see 5 tips on this, 5 tips on that, but I'm just limiting to just 4 tips. The first one is time management, which is very important from the first week of lectures. Now, if you manage your time well, you will see that everything will fit just right. You will find time for everything. Secondly, attend all the lectures. The lectures will be online. Some of the lecture material are posted online, but we have mostly contact sessions. So I would advise that you attend all the contact sessions with the lecturers, which will help you sail through the different modules in your semester. Now, come prepared for the lectures and tutorials. This is also very important because if you're well prepared, then it's easier for you to understand the lectures and the tutorials. And finally, get help early. If you think that you're not doing well, something is affecting your studies, your first point of contact, if not your lecturers, is your ADO or your academic development officers. And we will guide you to the right place so that you get the necessary intervention or necessary help, which will help you with your studies. I hope that was not too much of information or information overload for you, but if you wish to get the information that I just shared, please visit the website for our college and specifically the teaching and learning unit in the college. Whatever information I shared with you, you can find on this website as well. So let me end there, and I will leave you with this famous saying from Thomas Alva Edison, who invented many things, including the electric bulb. Genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. So good luck and all the best with your studies.
Thanks very much, Dalia. I'm now going to call on Dalia's colleague, Dr. Nirisha Haricharan, who is going to talk about the first year experience program, which is compulsory for everyone and a very important intervention that's been introduced. So Nirisha, over to you.
Thank you, Sally. Hello, everyone. Lovely that you're all here this afternoon. Like Dr. Varghese said, I'm very concerned that we are, in a time of information overload. So I'm going to try and make it as short as possible and try to take you through what the first year experience program is. Okay, so the first year experience program is a program for, as the name suggests, for all first year students, and it has to be done in the first year of your studies. So what is this program? It's a comprehensive or holistic support and orientation program for all first-time entry students, and you'll hear this term F10, and that is referring to you. You are an F10 student, and every student must complete the program. And the program is designed in such a way that it will help you to increase your, success rate within your first year. So when we looked at the factors that were hampering progress in the first year, these were the institutional factors, there were academic factors, psychosocial factors, and financial factors. So all these things impact on your, success rate within the first year. So we've developed this program with 4 distinct units that will help you through your first year. And the first year experience program has, these modules on our first year experience website. And unit 1 is all about orientation and induction. And later on in this presentation, I'll take you through to that unit to show you what that unit entails. Unit 2 is all about academic skills development. Unit 3 is about student wellness. And unit 4 is about financial literacy. So these are the different components of unit 1 that you will have to go through in the module. Unit 2 has, as I said, academic literacy skills, and you learn things about, academic writing, plagiarism, etc. Unit 3 has all these very important components that, you will go through with your people from the student service support services. They will help you through the unit as well as your peer wellness mentors. And unit 4 is on financial literacy. And that's very important because, as you know, you're coming into your first year. Some of you would have got a bursary or would have taken out loans, and you need to learn how to manage your finances. Okay, so the unit, as I said, is on the FYE website. And if you plug in this address into your browser, you will find the FYE program on there, and you can use any one of these browsers to get onto that website. And you will find this home page when you log in there. And at the top right-hand corner, you'll find the login. You need to click on the drop-down arrow. And once you have done that, you enter your student number, and your password would have been given to you in an email that was sent to you when you accepted your offer. So you would have seen an email like this sent to you, and you would have your password in there, and that will get you into the FYE website. Once you have gone onto the site, please watch this video on how to navigate the FYE first, and then go into the FYE 2023 Unit 1. This is what Unit 1 looks like. We have these different sections from section A to H. And these are very important sections which will help you with your orientation and with the registration process. And I will show you some of that in a minute. So the FYE program is run by the mentors, okay? So many of you would have been contacted by a peer mentor and who helped you to accept your offer. So these mentors now will be assigned to you. There are 20 mentors on Howard, 24 on Maritzburg, and 34 on Westville. And they usually operate with WhatsApp groups, and those groups have approximately 25 students in there. So the mentor will send you an email or an SMS and introduce themselves to you. And you will have weekly connect sessions or regularly, regular communication with your mentee, with the mentees, which is you're a mentee. And this is done via email or WhatsApp or SMS. And then they will take you through the FYE program. So all the content that I spoke about a little earlier, and they will help you to get through that course. They will also troubleshoot any kind of challenges that you have with regard to accessing the materials on the course. This is your FYE administrator. Her name is Ms. Thembelihle Mchali, and this is her email address. By tomorrow midday, if you have not been assigned a mentor, if someone has not been in contact with you, please send an email to Ms. Mchali, and she will contact the relevant coordinator who will assign a mentor to you. Okay, so these are our coordinators. On Pietermaritzburg, we have Ms. Gumbi. On Westville, we have Dr. Gangaram, and on Howard, we have Ms. Ndlovu. Okay, I'm just going to quickly show you what the FYE Unit 1 looks like. So this is Unit 1, and it's very important for you to go through these and start as soon as possible because it has very important information for you. For example, in section B of this unit, it has all of the information on how to get your LAN password and how to go onto the LMS and all those important information. For registration, you will need to know about the college handbook, for example, and what important terms such as co-requisite and prerequisite mean. So in this section, it teaches you about all those important concepts. And then many of you were asking about your lecture timetable. In section D, we have very important information on the lecture timetable and how to go about, preparing your lecture timetable. Because as you know, it's not the way it's done in school. It's done differently at university. So make sure you go through these different sections. In section, I think it is F, it talks about the library. E talks about the resources available to you. And in that section, you will find campus tours, for example. So these are virtual campus tours. So if you are interested in, what's happening on campus and to get a preview of what is on campus, you can go and do the campus tours. Okay, so please liaise with your FYE mentor and they will help you get through. You must finish every unit of the program, as I said, in your first year, and your mentors will help you to do that. So welcome once again to the college and all the best for the year. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Nirisha. And just to add to that, so lectures start next week on campus, and on each campus, there will be a team of helpers to help you if you're lost. So we'll have a big gazebo up with our college colors, branding, with senior students to help you, the mentors, and they'll take you to your lectures if you don't know where to go. We will be running campus tours periodically if you'd like to have a little walk around and see what's where on your particular campus. That will be happening next week. So look out for our college gazebos and our college mentors who will have our college t-shirts on, and they will be there to help you when you're on campus. Okay, we are nearing the end, so hang in there. I know it's been a long afternoon. I would now like to call on Ashwin Manival just to talk us through the process of academic advising and academic advice that's available. Ashwin, over to you.
Thank you, Sally. Okay, congratulations. First of all, let me congratulate all of you for finishing matric and being accepted into university. This is going to be a very exciting experience for you. So what I'm going to do today is I'm just going to quickly share. Okay, so I need to stop sharing my video because I need you to have good, clear signal of my voice. Okay. Okay, so my name is Ashwin Manival. I'm one of the principal academic development officers that Dr. Varghese spoke about. I'm based on PMB campus. I oversee the School of Chemistry and Physics and the School of Agriculture, Earth, Environmental Sciences. Today, I'm going to talk to you on a topic that has to do with about F10 academic advising, right? So, as a student at UKZN, one of the most important things that you will need to do is you will need to know where you belong. So UKZN is a massive university. There's multiple campuses and there's multiple colleges. So there's the College of Law and Management Studies, the College of Humanities, the College of Health Sciences, and we belong to what we call the College of Agriculture, Engineering and Science. And in this college, so you now right now are a student of the College of Agriculture, Engineering and Science, okay, when you register. And in this college, we have 5 schools, and each of the schools contain different qualifications that sort of all belong to a similar area. So the first school is the School of Agriculture, Earth, Environmental Sciences. Here we have your agriculture, your dietetics, sort of qualifications like this. We have the School of Chemistry and Physics, where the disciplines of chemistry and physics are housed. We have the School of Life Sciences, so this has to deal with biological sciences, biology, genetics. We have the School of Math, Stats, Computer Science. You've got your computer science, IT, statistics, and then we have the School of Engineering. Now, this is extremely important. Many times as an ADO, I speak to students, and when I'm questioning them, I will ask them, which school do you belong to? And the student is not aware of the school that they belong to. So it's very important that from the outset that you, as a UKZN student, understand which college you belong to and which school you belong to. Okay, so curriculum advising starts with understanding your handbook. So what you need to do, I saw a lot of questions in the question and answer section where people were asking, how do I know which modules to pick when I register? Do I have to pick modules before I register? And so the answers are, you have to have something called curriculum advice before you register, okay? And where you can start with is you can go to the registration page for our college, which I've put up here. And if you scroll down, you'll come across a link to the handbook. So what you can do is you can click the link to the handbook and you'll download the 2023 handbook. And so in that handbook, you'll have to start looking for things, right? So this handbook is extremely important. It has all of the rules, the academic rules of the university. It has all of your qualifications. It has all of the modules that are in your qualifications, the number of credits, the number of years, and all the fine details that you will need to read. So what I suggest you do is very important. Download the handbook, find your qualification, and read every single thing that has to do about your qualification, okay? So you have to ask yourself, what qualification am I registering for? You have to know that. You have to find it in the handbook. You have to ask yourselves, what are my majors or my streams? What modules does my qualification and major or stream require me to register for? So this is extremely important. This is a part of the whole academic advising process. And how do I go about selecting electives? So in this process of picking modules, you have core modules and you have elective modules. Your core modules are the modules that are shown specifically within your program that you have to do. And then you do get electives where they make up a certain number of credits, and you are free to choose certain modules to fill up these credits. So the qualification is the degree for which you applied for and which you've been accepted. This is what you'll be registering for. Your major stream is the branch of the qualification that you choose to specialize in. The modules are the courses that you will study. So you'll study modules every semester. Qualifications have specific modules, right? And a specific number of credits that have to be done in order for you to qualify, to be awarded with a qualification. And then we have the concept of schools, right? Modules and majors, and you yourself will belong to schools, and there are five schools. And so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go over structure of qualifications, some rules about qualifications, and then some requirements. And so what we have here is, what I've done on this slide is I've taken every qualification in our college and I've put it on the slide. So no matter what you do, somewhere in the slide, your qualification will belong. And so we get, just to give you a brief idea of the different qualifications, we get the Bachelor of Science, BSc. This is 3 years. We get focused programs, which are more geared towards the practical application in the industry after 3 years. So something like chemistry, chemical technology, applied chemistry, the biotechnology qualification. We also have the general BScs, which go through 2 streams, an LES stream and an M stream. So the LES stream is a life, earth, and science stream, and then the M stream is more your math stream, which has to do with mathematics, statistics, computer science. So those qualifications or those disciplines have a heavy dependence on maths, right? So for the example of the general BSc, for example, you would have a chemistry and biochemistry. In the general BSc, it's possible to double major. So you get a primary major, and then you get your secondary major, and you can choose 2 majors. It is possible to qualify with a single major, but most students, and it's very profitable, okay, if you choose 2 majors. You have the Bachelor of Science in Engineering. It's a fixed program. It's 4 years. Bachelor of Science in Agriculture has fixed streams, and that's also a 4-year degree, but the credit weightings are different. And then you get other qualifications such as Bachelor of Science in Agricultural Management, your Bachelor in Agriculture of Agricultural Extension. This is done in Sidara. This is a more hands-on agriculture module. In your Bachelor of Science in Dietetics, Human Nutrition, and then Bachelor of Science in Land Surveying. And so what I want to speak about briefly is just the credit structure of your degree, okay? So the total credit value for the general, now what I'm talking about now is your BSc 3-year degree, the general BSc degree, or your 3-year BSc degree, including the fixed programs, right? The total credit value that you need to obtain for these degrees is 384 credits. So there's certain rules that have to be obeyed. For example, you have to have at least 96 credits at level 1, with a maximum of 160 credits at level 1, right? You can't go above 160. If you go above 160, it won't count. You have to have at least 96 credits at level 2, at least 128 credits at level 3. Your elective modules can form part of unspecified credits. So I'll show you just now, when you go to the handbook, what you'll be looking at when you'll see your electives. And you're allowed a maximum of 32 credits outside the college, and these credits can only be assigned to level 1. Even if you do a level 2 module, it will count at level 1, okay? Students must pass or obtain credits for Zulu 101 unless otherwise exempted. So what would make you exempted is if you did Zulu at school at a proficient level, then you will go to college offers, You will complete forms for exemption, and then you'll be exempted from doing Zulu. But every student who has not done Zulu to the proficient level will be required to do Zulu 101 before you graduate. This is a common, well, not a common mistake, but it's a mistake some students make, where they complete the entire degree and they come to the end of the 3 years and realize I didn't do Zulu 101. And so don't be one of those students, okay? Read carefully the handbook, read carefully the rules, and make sure that in some shape or form you cater for this within your curriculum. And so you can come up with many different combinations with the general BSc or the BSc on how to split your credits. You can do 160 level 1, 96 at level 2, 128 credits at level 3. You can go for an equal split of 128, 128, 128, or you can do 144, 112, 128. The point is that the core rules, the maximums and the minimums are obeyed, okay? And so what I've done for you on this page is I've taken all of the sort of disciplines, right? So these are all the majors that you can choose within the general BSc that's represented in the handbook, and I've assigned them to schools. Now let me explain to you why I've assigned them to schools. We in the college have come up with what we call virtual meetings. So these virtual meetings are set up on MS Teams. They come with the MS Teams link, and they have been assigned to a web page for curriculum advising. So right now there's a web page, a curriculum advising web page at UKZN, where you can go to the web page and you can click the School of Chemistry and Physics. And if you click it, it'll open up a meeting. And that meeting will take you into a virtual room where you will talk to academic leaders and discipline leaders in the school that you're in, for example, chemistry and physics, and they will help you to pick your modules. They will help you to figure out what you need to do, what you shouldn't do. And then when you leave that meeting, when you sign off from that meeting, you will have the knowledge of knowing exactly which modules to register for. Now, students, please do not underestimate the importance of academic advising, not just in first year, but in all your years going forward, right? If there's anything that is unclear to you, ADOs are here, academic leaders are here, academics and discipline leaders are here in your schools. Right now, these virtual meetings are there online. They're waiting for you. The rooms are waiting for you. I've put the school here and I put the discipline so that, for example, let's just say you in genetics, you know you belong to life sciences. When you go to the website, you know which link to click. You click the link for life sciences. If you are doing plant pathology, you know you belong to the CS school. If you're doing computer science, you know you belong to the school maths, stats, and computer science. I've prepared a PDF document. It's going to be uploaded on the orientation page. It's going to have all of this information. So all you do is take that PDF document, you find your qualification on it, you know which school you're at, you go to the academic advising website, you click the correct school, and then you get your academic advice. Okay, so what I'm going to do really, really quickly is before you go for academic advice, it's preferred you download the handbook. And, you know, being a university student, you have to be proactive, right? You can't just go sit in the academic advising meeting with your hands out and say, academic, please tell me what to do. You have to do your homework before. You have to take the handbook. You have to read it, to analyze it. You have to make peace with it. If there's anything you don't understand, you go to the academic advising meeting and you get the advice. So in the handbook, you got to ask yourself, what's your qualification? How do I find it in the handbook? How do I look up modules in the handbook? How do I figure out which semester the modules belong to? How do I go about adding the credits so I achieve normal credit load? What are electives? Where do I find these electives? How do I make sure there's no timetable clashes? Because let me explain this to you. Timetable clashes are not allowed at UKZN, right? You will not be allowed to register modules if they clash on the timetable. So you have to be able to cater for that. And also, have I considered Zulu? These are important questions you have to ask yourself in figuring out your curriculum. Now, what I've done here is I've gone to the handbook and I'm using a hypothetical example where there's a student doing a biochemistry and chemistry handbook with the BSc alias, right? And so if you go to the college handbook for 2023, you go to page 93, you'll find two of these at number 4 and number 7. You'd find biochemistry and you'd find chemistry. Both of these qualifications are open in the Pietermaritzburg and Westfield campuses, and they have all of the modules nicely laid out for you for what you're going to do. It's got year 1, it's got year 2, it's got year 3, But if you look at year one, it has all of the modules for you. It has the biology, chemistry 110, chemistry 120. And so the first thing you will do, you'll take a pen, you'll take a page, you'll sit down at your desk, and you'll write down all of the modules that both of these qualifications require. If the module Chem 110, for example, is found in both, you write it down once, common sense, right? You write down all of the modules, and you have all of the core modules that you need to do at level 1 for these two majors for that qualification. The next thing you'll need to do, let me just see if I've missed anything out. No, I haven't. So the next thing you'll need to do is you'll need to split these modules up. Sometimes it shows semester 1, sometimes it doesn't. You see, when you look at this right here, it doesn't show you whether the module is semester 1 or semester 2. And that can be confusing if you're a first year student, right? And so we have to figure out now, how do we know which module is semester 1, which is semester 2? How do I figure out how many credits there are? Because those are the two important things. Semester 1 needs to have 64 credits. That's normal credit load. That's 4 16 credit modules, right? Semester 2 also needs to have 64 credits. That is normal credit load. So you've got your core modules. This is how I've split them, right? But what I'm going to show you now is if you go more into the handbook. Now, if you've got the PDF, you can search. There's a search function. You type in the little code, you find the text, you can search throughout the whole document. If you wanted to find Comp 106, in the old days, we just used the book alphabetical order, we found it, right? But for example, let's take this module like Comp 106. If you look at it, I've circled a few things. You see, it says P2W2. P means Pietermaritzburg, W means Westville. The 2 means block 2, it means semester 2. This is semester 2 module. You'll see that there's a string of letters next to the code on the right-hand side where I've circled the 16C. That 16C at the end of the string of text, that 16C means 16 credits. That's a 16 credit module. I've put this little animation or drawing down at the bottom where it shows you what all of these letters mean. These letters are important, right? Because letters are showing you the number of hours of lectures and tutorials and practicals that make up. These add up to notional study hours. These notional study hours are qualifying the credits. They're justifying the credits for the module. And most importantly, you'll find the H, which is the self-study. That H is a self-study. That's the time you are expected to spend at home for this module throughout the semester in order that you pass it, right? And so what I'll do is I'll get this information, the campus, I'll get the semester, I'll get the credits, I'll come back here, I'll put them in their semesters, I'll add the credits up, and then at the end I realize, wow, I have 64 credits for semester 1, I'm good to go. In semester 2, I realize, you know what, I'm 16 credits short. And I should be 16 credits short because, remember, there's elective modules that are needed to be taken for this degree, right? And so what I'm going to show you next is okay, before I show you the selection of the electives, you have to figure out timetable blocks. And so what I've done is at this bottom here, you see when I move my cursor, I'm not sure if you can see my cursor, but there's a little purple writing in the bottom, how to access and use timetables. When you get this this PowerPoint and you play it, you'll be able to click it and there's an embedded video link in there. It's going to take you to a video and this person is going to explain to you how to use timetables, how to find the timetables, how to find the blocks, how to assign them so that you can be sure there's no clashes, right? Also, in this case, I would put Zulu 101 for the student in this semester, in the second semester, to sort of bring everything together, right? And so electives, you don't have to, there'll be many places where electives are needed. Common electives are things like I put a list of common electives, Economics 101, Economics 102, Comp 106, ISTN 103. But you must note that in some situations, students cannot take certain modules. So, for example, Nutrition 114 might be, the discipline, dietetics might say, okay, some students can take it as an elective. But then dietetics will say, no, they cannot take Nutrition 124, or they cannot take the Food Science 120. Right? So you can only know this from curriculum advice. You can only know this if you go for curriculum advising, right? And then you have to also be careful when you're choosing electives because there's a rules. You must read the handbook carefully. For example, I put a circle at the bottom and said credit may not be obtained for both Comp 106 and Comp 100. Now, if you're a student who didn't get academic advice, you went, you registered Comp 106 and Comp 100. When you come at the end of your degree, someone gives you a phone call and they tell you, look, you have to stay behind one more semester and do credits because we can't give you credits for both. So you have to be aware of this kind of problem, right? And you have to be able to cater for that when you are selecting your modules. One more thing is we have an augmented program within our college, right? And so augmented students, you have modules that span throughout the whole year. So biology 195, chem 195, math 195, physics 195. These are the equivalents of the first semester modules. So for example, a chem 110 would run first semester. In the mainstream, chem 120 run second semester. For augmented students, the program or the degrees is the first year split over 2 years. And so this lightens the load a bit and allows the student to have the time to process the information and to grow before he hits second level 2 and level 3. And so, for example, Chem 195, which represents Chem 110, is split over 2 semesters. You do it throughout the whole year. It's a year-long module. And we have the ESCOM 101, the ESCOM 102. Dr. Dalia Varghese is an ADO who's also dedicated towards augmented students. So if you're an augmented student, get hold of Dr. Varghese if this confuses you. But you have a lot of academics in the augmented program who are there to help you, to support you. So you can also get advice from them concerning this. And so finally, this is the link that you can go to get academic advice. You type this into your computer, into your browser, and you go to this into this link, and you'll find all of the links ready to be clicked to take you to the meetings. Use the PDF I'm going to give you. Use the find out which school your qualification belongs to, and then you go to these meetings and you get the advice you need, right? And so finally, Dr. Varghese has already put this up. These are the ADOs. You can get hold of them. Depending on your campus, depending on your school, and they can assist you with whatever information you need concerning the academic advising, right? Just one more thing I'd like to show you very quickly is, so this is the PDF that's up on the website. If you go, you'll find it. It's going to have for you all of the links for your academic advising. You just click those, you just hover over it, you can click it on the PDF, it'll take you to where you need to go. And then there's a table for the BSc. There's some rules that you need to pay attention to in terms of when it comes to combination of majors. Then there's the BSc focus programs, and there's also other qualifications, okay? And there's also in this PDF, there is a link to a video that's embedded here that's going to show you how to figure out timetables. Very comprehensive video, okay? And so I hope this assists you, and good luck with your registration. Good luck with your ahead. Hope you do well. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Ashwin. That was very comprehensive. Yeah, and I would reiterate, please go look at that PDF on the web and digest what Ashwin had to say bit by bit, because that was extremely useful. Okay, we just have one more, where we over 4 o'clock. There's just one last section we'd like to share with you, and this is to do with practicals, because in our college, all degrees have practicals as part of them. And we have a special practical allocation software. So Nyameka is going to explain this to you. Nyameka, if you can unmute yourself.
Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Nyameka. I am the ADO for the School of Life Sciences, and today I'm just going to talk about the allocation software that we have for students, as you guys will be starting practicals soon, and you will need to know which group you are in, whether you're placed on a Monday, or Friday afternoon, or Wednesday AM prac. and so forth. So each school will be given a link, and each student will be given a link and a default password where they will use to access the software. So the pack allocation app or software comes like this, where you'll be given a default username and a password. And then once you've logged in, it will automatically ask you to actually change your password. And once you've done so, you'll be able to see the different functionalities of it and where to look for your timetable. And then you will get, once you click under lab timetable, it will come up and you can actually filter according to your semester and the year in which you're doing your first year. So once you've done that, your modules are going to show according to the modules that you have registered. So just make sure that you have completed your registration, and then you will actually see the different groups that are there, and then the different times also allocated for each practical. This will help you manage your time also. Just make sure that you look at your practical timetable when you're doing your timetable and actually come to campus, because you have to physically be there for your practical. Okay. And then sometimes it happens that there's a clash whether you will have pracs on the same day. What do? We have a query manager where you actually can submit your complaints and actually be more specific on what is causing your frustration. And then they will answer you and they will actually approve it and allocate you a new date for your practicals, right? So this has to go with mostly clashes, not because maybe your friend is on a Tuesday and you want to be there, because the system will automatically give you a correct day to come to campus for your practicals. And once you've done that, once the administrator responds to your query, and then now you will actually see it, the status will change and give you a different date. Okay, so practicals are very important, and I urge you guys to make sure that you actually come for your practicals, because it counts towards a specific percentage, and those that do not come for practicals might not pass the module. So please, I urge you guys to come to practicals and make use of the software. Thank you.
Okay, thanks very much, Nyameka. That was nice and concise and to the point. And that brings us to the end of this afternoon's session. So we have recorded it, and it will go up onto the orientation website, where you will be able to watch it again. Tomorrow we will be repeating today's session, but it will be in isiZulu. So if you would like to come to that session, please come. Then we will have a final session on Wednesday, which will cover the same questions and topics. And then Thursday is for engineering students only. Please, a compulsory orientation, because that is to do with your academic program. Marcia, your hand is up. Is it up for a reason?
Yes, it is, Asali. I would really like to urge the students to kindly log in on tomorrow's session, because I'll be going more into depth with the NSFAS office, in fact, student funding office, and explaining into details what we do and the importance of our student funding office. And I plead with them to please log in so that they can get all the necessary information they need. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Marcia, because we have a number of students who are NSFAS funded, and I see there have been lots of NSFAS questions, so that will be useful. Okay, thank you, everyone. It's 4:10, so we've gone slightly over time. So thank you to those of you who stayed for the whole time. I hope you found it useful. We will be repeating tomorrow, Wednesday, and then Thursday for engineers. and all the information is on our orientation site. So thank you very much, and wishing you all the best when you start on your academic career next week, Monday. Okay, thank you everyone, and thanks to panelists, and goodbye.